expecting quite a bit of weather here in the city later on today, so you can see it's got the most sun you're going to see for today, like a portion of tomorrow. Yes, sir.
They open those little lake estates or river estates or whatever they get little subdivisions. And a lot of times he wouldn't show up, really. Okay, go. Roger.
Polluting our environment. Many wild animals have died because they mistakenly consumed plastic goods as food. Please use recycled and sustainable products and support eco-friendly and green technologies that guard nature and the earth. Please buy recycled and tree-free paper, which helps to reduce the felling of woodlands. Also, choose palm oil-free products to avoid forests from being bulldozed to create palm oil plantations, thus permanently displacing native species. Many of us animals rely on these forest ecosystems to survive. Investing in the branches, so your choice can save many lives. Government and nature-focused non-governmental organizations worldwide should become involved in safeguarding all species by monitoring populations, restoring habitats, building more rehabilitation.
华盛顿智库国家利益中心的
듣는 것처럼 지금 내가 살고 있는 현실 또는 오늘 부닥친 일이 어렵긴 하지만 언젠가는 그게 끝이 나고 또 새로운 날이 오겠고.
Yeah.
Be faithful in the small things. So, we have 7 steps to spiritual prosperity. We have 7 steps to financial prosperity.
同盟核断进入2020至2021年度。
Up to blessing and step up to the goodness and the mercies of God. Take the steps. Don't jump a step. Take them slowly and go straight through with the two, and God will bless you. One of the greatest things in the Bible, 2 of the greatest things in the Bible, is this.
5092例，死亡病例达到1888120例。据美国约翰斯霍普金斯大学统计数据，截至北京时间今天14点27分，美国累计确诊病例数升至14139703例，
韩国
276316
大韩民国首都首尔
报道。
为您播音。
美国2号单日新增确诊病例超过20万例，现有住院患者突破10万例，两项数据双双达到疫情爆发以来新高。美国疾病控制和预防中心主任罗伯特여기는 대한민국 서울에서 보내주신 TBS 월드라디오입니다. 今年12月至明年2月，可能是美国公共卫生史上最艰难的一个冬天。
韩国国际广播电台在大韩民国首尔为您播音。
上周，欧洲报告的新冠肺炎新增确诊病例比之前一周下降了3%，是连续第3周出现下降。但是，欧洲区域报告的病例数仍占全球新增病例的40%和全球新增死亡病例的40%。
justamente no me han venido millas.
控制他们的思想，并且用武力恫吓，使他们不得不必须的生活着。这个主管狐假虎威。
And Sally, how's things going there in Terrell, Texas? Over.
Oh, good morning, everyone. I'll tell you, this makes the best start to the day to be able to gather with you and to be able to pray together and read the Word. This morning, prayer requests, the ones that I've normally had, and just want to pray for salvation for my son Jacob. I want to pray that my mom continues to improve in strength.
By Majeska Canyon there, and I forget what the acreage was on that, but those were the two, especially the one over at Majeska. They called that the Bond, B-O-N-D fire. That was the biggest one. It looked like they had a pretty good handle on it when I watched it on the news, but of course it's still out of control, but they had it knocked down pretty well. So, not contained is what I should say. So, anyway, that's about it that I know of, Barry. Go ahead.
All right. You know, for several years, we used to have a fellow check in from Corona. Actually, he lived in Corona and went to East L.A. He was a high school teacher. It's been several years since he was around. But, yeah, they have a Corona fire over by the airport, and then you said over by Modesto, and you have one over at Desert Palms, but that thing is way out of control, and we hope that they can knock those fires down. Yeah, very good morning. I want to get a report on that, and Richard out at Angel Camp, you may have to help me hear him. Richard, Kilowatt Juliet 6 Lima, Juliet Kilo, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
The one in Corona, that's Riverside County, the west end of Riverside County, and the other one is on the east end of Orange County. So that's about it there. Okay, go ahead and give them your weather there, Richard, WA6TZ.
All right, thanks, Barry, and thanks, Tom. I'll probably need a relay. The signals are down this morning. The current temperature here is 47 degrees. Humidity is 44. Barometer is 30.21. Yesterday's high was 64, and our high today is probably a degree higher, 65. KJ6LJK, Tom, I'll probably need a relay.
Yeah, you're right in my noise. I wrote some numbers down. I don't think I have it right. Maybe I'll just ask Tom. Could you give me a quick relay? Yes. His present temperature is 47. Relative humidity is 44.
Yes.
The barometer is 30.21. 64 degrees for the high temperature, and predicted high is 65. That's WA6TZ. All right, yeah, thank you very much. And by the way, the app that's on WeatherBug shows those fires. It just didn't give any details about the size when I looked at it. Okay, well, yeah, we got Richard at Angel Camp east of San Francisco, 47 degrees right now, 44% humidity, 30.21 on the barometer. His high yesterday, 64, and looking at 65 for a high today. Very good morning to you guys out there in California.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, do we have any other California out there? Okay, and we are always looking for Yuma, Arizona. This is our place marker for our national highs and lows, and I'm loading in national high camp yesterday, and Camp Pendleton up there north of San Diego at Red Beach, California, 79, so nobody hit 80 in the continental U.S. yesterday, 79, and the low temp, minus 11 at Bondurant, Wyoming, minus 11, Bondurant, Wyoming. This is the INET with K0 Whiskey Romeo Zulu, looking for Black Earth, Wisconsin.
Well, good morning, Terry, and everybody on the INET this morning. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Papa, Foxtrot Hotel in Black Earth, Wisconsin. And Terry, this morning we've got 30 degrees currently in Black Earth. Looks like we're going to have another nice day here, plenty of sun, 41 for the high today. And it's Friday, so we're happy about that. Anyway, unique. That's not the word I wanted, but the only one I could come up with. Distinctive, I guess, is what I wanted. Alrighty, let's...
トランプの時みたいにやらないんだっていう話をしているので、
become somebody important in history. Well, the fix is in. The only thing I want to do is strap a lighting fixture up and this thing does go. You said that you had the most sophisticated fraud hoax going on in the United States, paraphrasing. Were you lying then, or were you telling the truth? You know, the thing I'd like to know about is whatever happened to that U.S. Postal Service truck, a whole truck with ballots in it that came out of Long Island that went to Pennsylvania, and did anybody ever find that truck? It's already been repainted. Probably repainted, renumbered. It wasn't a truck, it was a trailer. But boy, the old boy that drove it down there, he was adamant about the fact that You know, he's been driving that same trailer forever, and all of a sudden it was gone. Yeah, I love the fair with it, man. Hey, Ralph, are you following Linwood? Not much, but what I saw him with the deal in Georgia. Well, he sent out a tweet yesterday, actually last night, and it says, "Are you kidding me? Kelly Loeffler bought 5 to 25 million of Dominion stock on March 13th and 20, and 7 days before the Secretary of State made a backroom deal with Dems to change that to city ballots without approval of the legislature. Is Kelly a communist buddy due to her husband's ownership and in-life of the ownership?" Well, damn. Tell you what I'm thinking, guys. I may be wrong about this, but all this fire stuff is going to try to keep them off of the election fraud, and you ever notice how they're putting that down our throats? The virus this, the virus that, and so they're going to try to keep the attention on that, so that they won't think about this stuff with the election. Henry, I think that's a great point, but I think what we got to watch out for is some other major event to try to distract us. Some other major, more ghastly event. People are getting tired of the virus. That's right. And Biden suggested that in his first inauguration speech, he's going to ask the American public to voluntarily wear masks. The first one to that. I know I'm getting tired of it, and but I just thought about that the other day because they just every channel that you turn it on, that's all you hear about virus, and I was thinking that's probably what they're trying to do, keep our attention off the other. Hey, man, all the prisoners would be getting sick, right? That's exactly right, yeah. Well, they do that, yeah. Keep the deal, Mark County. And that'll tip on. Mark County, yeah, Keith, everybody's pretty strong in your thing. Yep. Where are you? Good morning, Dad. Morning, Joe. Is that me? That's me. Oh, what are you doing in here? You're not out there picking up sticks or playing something? Yeah, you know, I've been here for a while, but that noise is getting louder and louder already. Looks to have fine. Yeah, I got kind of a hiss over here also. Yeah, we have that wind sound, kind of ocean waves, whatever you want to call that. Yeah. Did any of you guys see the full-page ad? I think it was in the New York Times, calling for the president to have a military, what do you call it, the military take over and do a vote across the nation and get it all straight. Did you hear about that? No, yeah, that's real. I saw it. I saw the guy figuring it out. No, okay. Oh, John, what is it called when you the military takes over? What's it called? It's just a temporary thing. Martial law. Yeah, they said that this guy, he was on television, and he and his organization paid for it. Full-page ad said that if we have a martial law, it sets aside the Constitution, all the laws. You don't have to go through the judges or any of that stuff, and has the military run a completely new election. And when it's all over with, the martial law is over, and whoever wins, wins. I can go with that. Man, I can go with that one, John. Well, the post office would still have to transfer all the votes and have their fingers in it. Think about it, you'd have signature verification, and you'd have a lot more tracking on that thing, and none of this mail-in ballot stuff, in-person voting only, unless 65 and over and handicapped or whatever. And if you commit a crime during the written law, you'll have to go to the military to try to get into it. You're right there. This mail-in ballot is going to just be crooked as heck. The other thing, like a young girl that testified the other stuff there, because I went to vote, that's what you already voted. I said, yeah, you got a mail-in ballot. No, I didn't. I didn't request it. I didn't send one in. How many times did that happen? You know, I mean, some of these officers, I mean, these teachers, they've got it down. They just go through the roads, they get the name, and make applications, false applications, get the ballots, and some people want to get off the boat, and we got a boat. That's the way you do it. So with them mail-in boats, you can do it real easily. Very good way to make a real crooked election. Well, I think those Georgia legislatures screwed up on that signature verification legislation that they agreed to under that deal they made earlier this year. We just need to have either driver's license or actually it would be better than driver's license because you can be an illegal with a driver's license. A national identity card. Yeah, the government needs to give photo ID. So they're talking about you having to have a COVID ID that says you've had the vaccination. If they're going to require that, they're going to require the ID to vote. Well, that's right. The only reason there's been any resistance to that is because of the planning for the last 4 years to get rid of Trump. And the election of 2020 was their last chance. Yep, that's right. That's it, and they're doing everything they can to do it. I was him what Trump's 74 right now? 78, man, let the guy, let's live these last 4 years, the next 2 years in the White House, that way he's got the control, he's talking about Attorney General of New York. Yeah, absolutely. Get her out on. They need to get her out on. Well, I tell you, I just need a couple of days where they don't have those hearings because I can't get away from her. Well, man, I'm not getting enough work done. Did y'all see that new channel? We got Dish Network, and up above Newsmax, they have what they call American Voice. It's another channel of conservative news. Boy, I haven't seen them, Henry, and I've got this. I'm going to look for that. We may have to put up a little land set up to the channel. Yeah. Think that? Mr. Dan. That's right. Good morning, George. So Lynn Wood doesn't think he's going to get sued for defamation of offer either. Obviously not. He pretty much understands that part of the law.
Relatively good short skip. Everybody is readable locally without having to go to Utah. So anyway, that is the ticket. What else is going on? Oh no. So I think this is what happens. I seen Mingo says hi to Roy, by the way. He just got up. He slept in a little bit today. So I think it's AF90K0J. If it ain't, well, I messed it up, and that's normal.
Okay, thank you. Not AF90. So we're now on AM since speed is set 7-3. OJ, AF90. Roy says hello to Mingo again. I had reported 22 degrees, which is warmer than what Ken had. So, Steve and I had a good shoot on 3797 CW this morning. And let's see, what kind of excitement. Good morning, Gary. Well, the folks on 160 have read the top band reflector, a lot of them were complaining about noise generated by people operating electric dryers in the neighborhood. And, so these are the 160 complaints. I did want to remark that we have a contest this weekend starting at 3 p.m. outside and ending at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's 160-meter CW. Sponsored by the ARRL. So here's a chance to try out your CW capabilities at your 160. Ought to be fun. Yesterday, last W5CZ had a hip replacement operation. I hope that went okay. What else? Yeah, Steve and I were talking about dinner, and I had some pasta last night with steamed broccoli and some leftover Brussels sprouts. So we'll try something different today, probably food. Expecting, we're getting a new iPad, I think, today. So Best Buy will call me, and then I will pick it up. I don't think I have to even go in the store, but I hope they give me the right unit there. It's just a regular 10.2-inch iPad with 32 gigabytes of storage there. I'm going to a smaller unit since I don't really fill up much.
Morning, and tree song. I don't want to ride a pickle. I just want to ride my motorcycle. Hey, Dan? Yeah? Where you been for the month of Sundays? I've been, figuring out where the Sundays are. I'm going to have to heat it up in a little bit and form it and run down through there. It's a different story, but, it can press those threads. So if Dr. Lee... You can't hear it. Can't hear it. Next to deleted gem. Cletus Van Clydenheimer III. I can't even say that. Do you say Otis Seymour Fuddpucker the Fourth? You got me beat. Well, I could call you Dr. Buck if it helps. Oh, thank you. That's good. Buster, what did you say? Well, you guys have good signals this morning. 41 degrees here in Sacramento. And I'm tired, but I'm working on the coffee. Yeah, I could tell people I'm the brain surgeon, but of course on ham radio there's no brains. 32 here. I was up till midnight last night, so I shouldn't be up this early, but I couldn't sleep, so here I am. Well, we all know that story. I was working on getting that FT8 software hooked up on this radio, and it's a little more complicated on a Macintosh than on a Windows computer, so finally got it to work 99%, but I still got one problem I'm tracing down. I think I'll have to wait till later. You know what that transmit on your life was before you got a computer. You got a point before a cell phone, computer, and all that stuff. I didn't need this headache. Just warm up the tubes and talk. Yeah, there was a double back there, Lee. I think you might have asked me something. I might, but it went out the brain. I got you all outdated. I can still remember the day when we had a Christmas tree. It's the dumbest thing my family ever did. Right. On the big limb that stuck way out, there's little candles trapped on there,
And to light up your Christmas tree around lit all them candles. If one of them candles would hit one of them fir boughs just right, the whole tree went up and burned your house down. What a dumb thing to do. Huh? I said, what a dumb thing to do. So that's our first Christmas tree light before we had electricity.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Do you remember?
No.
Yeah, the little clamps with a little candle, bitty candle in it, and you clamp that on the limb that stuck way out so it wouldn't hit another limb, the fire. And you went all around the tree lighting these things up. And that's what you did, you sat around the Christmas tree opening packages.
Equally crazy are these stupid Christmas tree lights that are wired in series.
Yeah, those haven't been around for
Plug in
years.
and none of them light up.
I think the funniest thing ever happened at Christmas was, we had a young fella, he got in trouble in school in a big city. So my folks decided he could come live with us one school year, get away from the city. And he had a great sense of humor. And he told my sister she was getting fat, she waddled like a duck. He called her Mrs. Duck. So Christmas time, I got this great sense of humor, of course. I slipped down to the chicken house and caught the duck and put him in a box and wrapped it all up with Christmas paper and put a note on it for Mrs. Duck. Well, when she went to open the package, the duck come flying out, and he left a big trail of used duck chow all the way across his cover. My mother made me go get a mop and clean it up, so it was my fault.
You were a troubled child.
Oh, I just had a sense of humor was all. And then that duck saw daylight again, he come flying out of that box and took off across the room and left a big trail behind him. So you see, my mind did deteriorate as I grew older. It happened when I was a kid.
Well, you became progressively more crazy. Eventually, you were able to fit in with this group.
Well, I try to have a sense of humor. There's enough damn trouble in this world. Do we have to sit here and complain about the mean things that we laugh?
Cookie, how about you? What do you got going today?
Who, me?
Gail.
Who?
Oh, Casey. Oh, what car are you talking about? So what was it you were driving? K6 CON, K7 SPD.
Okay, Steve, you look at the time. Anyway, yeah, it's a Honda, and it's a LX, and it has everything on it except leather seats, and it's I don't know, medium-sized car compared to mine. I put it in the trunk of my car almost. But yeah, and it's got 66,000 miles on it. It's a 2071. So, well, we'll get it right. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, it's a year newer than my BMW, and a year younger than the M3. So it's got no mileage and looks like it just rolled off the roll line.
It was been in a garage car. And anyhow, thanks for the picture, Sheldon. I got it. I got them in on my thing. I'll have to look at them when I get off. And Vern remind me of driving with no headlights. And when I was 16, coming back from Oklahoma, my best friend and I drove 1,500 miles to Oklahoma City from Laguna Beach and back. And on the way back, and somewhere around Flagstaff, the generator went out, and we were driving at nighttime. So when it went out, my car just started dying, and I didn't know what to do. And luckily, somebody told me to turn the lights off, and the car was perfect again, because it had enough juice to run the car, but not to have the headlights. So we're driving along, and I came upon, and it was full moon, so you could see out just as clear as a bell. Is like, out in the desert, full moon, it was clear as could be. So we felt pretty safe until I came upon this car, and when I had to flash the lights when the car was coming, because I didn't want the car to pass somebody or something and swing into my lane. So when I hit, the car in front of me went crazy. Oh, it started going, almost fell off the road. It started zigzagging. It turned out to be a drum. But I'll never forget that, driving across the desert with no lights until we got to the next town, and we got another generator. Anyhow, 73s, everybody enjoyed it very much. And yeah, I got a new car. I paid $4,500 for this car, and like I say, it looks like brand new inside now. It's a fairly old car, but it was never been driven. It's a garage car. It's a friend of mine's parents, and he's stuck it in his garage for about 5 years, and got tired of having it, so I took it. Okay, 73, then we'll pass it on, and it goes to N6TCO, K6CON.
What kind of car is it, Con? What year?
It's 70, yeah, I'm trying to think. I have a 2000. It's a 2001, and I have a 2003.
Roger.
73 is all, N6TCO. Yep, 73 is all, K7ICB clear.
73 Joe and Sheldon.
73 Sky. 73 is all.
73 wishes you a safe and blessed day, and thanks for getting my morning off and rolling. I'm clear.
It's y'all on the cowboy net.
I'll be there.
How many people that got
The virus was wearing a mask at the, trying to wear a mask and was wearing a mask on long days. Cause I'm thinking wearing that mask all day, I know is not good for you, and I'm thinking some of them people are getting sick from it.
Well, definitely. You're sucking in your own breath. Blowing it out, and then you're sucking it in again. It's just recycling it into your body, and you're getting more in it than you're trying to get rid of.
Oh, that's how you get pneumonia and from bacteria that warms up in the blood.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and these people are walking around wearing this thing all day long. It's like, really?
Yeah, the diseases that they're getting is because of the damn thing. But yeah, you're reading down by so much, and your
morning, God. You might as well, like, kept plumbing your tailpipe into your car. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, exactly. W9NAG. And, we're going to pull it. I wasn't close. I don't know if the door was shut before the road said through the snow, and eliminated that problem. Oh my God, it was embarrassing. There's people go by and they blow their horn and laugh. That happened to me leaving Bend, Oregon once. I stopped for a hot dog at the end of town, little hot dog stand, and it was a good thing I had a shovel and a roll of TP in my truck. You know how I felt. Yep, I was driving. There was nothing for miles till you get to Weed, California from Bend. I think it's Highway 97. I can't remember. Anyway, I finally had to just pull off the road and into the trees and find any old spot will do. If we live in there sometime. What'd you say? Yeah, we've all been there one time or another, sometimes with no TP. Yeah, that was it. I was a sales rep, and I was calling on a lot of the national parks and forests. You never know when you might have to pull over somewhere, so I carried emergency supplies. I also carry a few T-shirts and a pair of shorts and flip-flops in the trunk. You never know what's going to happen. I used to carry some canned goods and a can opener, a blanket, toilet paper, and a little military, one of those little folding shovels, and I forgot a little first aid kit.
I basically read the newspaper before I left.
Yeah. Shoved it under the back seat so you could wad it up a little if you needed to.
And also I could avoid places that were likely to see trouble.
Well, yeah, stopping at that hot dog stand. It had the same name as one in the Bay Area. I think it was Casper's or something like that. I go, oh, what do they got one of those up here? I'm kind of hungry. I think I'll get something to eat. Yeah, that was fun. It went straight through you. But to Buck's, what Buck's story is, when you go over that pass, up there over Donner Pass, and they've plowed the road, there's like a 10, 12-foot high or higher berm of snow, and you can't even get into the rest stop. You can't even get off the road. So you are in full display of all of the traffic because there ain't nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it's terribly boring, but to drive through that stuff, it's like going through a tunnel.
At least for me, I could get off the road and get into the trees. For Buck, he's just right there on the side of the road. And I think I heard Sheldon check in. Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning.
What's your temperature?
27. It's a heat wave. So that's t-shirt weather, right? Roger, roger.
Hey, it's 39 down here, 37 now.
Yeah, we got 25 in Fort Collins, November 6th here, Victor Bravo. 32 in Manatee. It's pretty cold. I trimmed my beard on a bonfire yesterday, that was nice. Hey, Phil, did you ever check into the cowboy net in Montana? Oh yeah, down there, that's in Wyoming actually, but yeah, I check in. Yeah, I connected with them last night. Funny bunch of guys. Yeah, there's some good old boys on there for sure. I like them guys down there. Jim, let's see, what is his, K7, or KF7C. Yeah, that's it, KF7C. He's a Thursday night neck control. He's always got a ripping signal. Yeah, he was 20 over here. In the summer, I got too much work going on. I wasn't making it in time to check in, so I was off the list. But I think I'm back on the list now for the winter there.
So Sheldon, did you thaw the ground?
Oh yeah, that's how I trimmed the beard, was with that bonfire. I started that first thing in the morning and went and put the digital gallon calculators on the two 500-gallon fuel tanks, and went and put out some mineral blocks, and gathered up some game cam SD cards, and then came back, and it was burnt down enough where I could dig the hole, so I got that hole dug and dosed in. I got one more to do today, but yeah, the wind was blowing a little bit, and I went to reach to put a log on that sucker, and that flame switched directions and came over and trimmed about 1.5 inches off my beard.
But you're okay otherwise?
Oh yeah, just ain't the first old beard. When it gets long like that, you trim it a lot of different ways. Drills, fires, barbecuers, get in the way a little bit.
It's hard to get rid of that smell though.
What's that?
Burning, hard to get rid of the burning smell.
Oh yeah, you just gotta trim it, you get back and just trim her out a little bit.
It's also a good way to save snacks for later. WB0VQG.
Yeah, skin your beard.
Well, I'm just happy I'm not too damn lazy to shave.
I'm happy I'm just lazy enough to not shave.
His beard, I thought it was more trouble than
all the
shaving.
time you spend shaving and multiply that by your lifetime, I mean, Christ, you've wasted probably much of your life shaving your face.
It doesn't take very long.
I guess you don't cut your nails either.
Well, that's a different story. Them things catch on stuff and then rip backwards, and then then you're hurting for certain.
Boy, go back to the old days though, where you had that long blade and you had to lather up your face with soap and suds and then shave with that big long blade. Oh, that was terrible.
I never used
I can't remember ever.
blade all my life, but never used a straight razor.
What did you use?
Well, I started out with the old butterfly Gillette, but then as soon as shit came out with that smaller head injector razor, I got one of those. Then Gillette came out with smaller head razors, which I still have.
That's the resurgence. That was the best one.
You can still buy those butterfly razors and the blades.
No, I know you can.
They're really dirt cheap.
Yeah, I know you can. There's a West Coast Shaving or something. It's got all these exotic blades.
Those Remingtons aren't worth a shit.
I went to an electric, and it doesn't work as good as a blade, but it works good enough for my lazy butt.
I had an electric briefly. One of my parents gave me one when I was in college. And after 6 months, I chucked it. It gave me a rash. Didn't shave close. It just was awful.
Yeah, I got a Phillips girl. It's a 3-head, and it works pretty good. Like I said, it's not as clean or close as a blade, but I can do it every morning in about 3 minutes, and it's easy, and you can do it dry. It does not irritate me at all for some reason.
It's an electric razor. It takes longer than a regular blade.
Not for me, it doesn't.
First, you gotta know how to do it. You gotta shave from the bottom up. You can't shave from the top down.
In other words, shave against the grain.
do both.
Yeah, I have to, with a blade, I got to start top down and then go back from bottom up on the second pass. I can't get it on the first pass.
We've done this our whole life.
Everybody has a slightly different take on how to shave. Yep, that's why there's so many different brands of razors and goo. I get my razors from a company called Harry's. They mail it to me every 3 months. For half the price of Gillette. And equally good.
Yeah, I looked at that, but I can get sensory blades because Gillette's patent has run out. I can get sensory blades at half the price they used to be, so I didn't bother. I still have that sensory razor.
No. Somebody said to us, everyone twice now, nobody really means it. Morning, bud. Hello, everyone. KI6 JL.
Morning.
How do you do?
Glad to be heard.
Hey, Hank, I don't think anybody caught your original statement. Remington isn't worth shit.
Oh, I caught that. I don't doubt it. That was me.
Yeah, that was me. I don't
say hello to him either.
Razor Remingtons too. I've had it for 20 years. I like it. It works. It works for me. It's not as close as a blade, but they work fine. I use cornstarch as a lubricant.
I use gunpowder.
Was that Sheldon who said he used gunpowder?
Roger.
I've seen your picture. I can use anything. You can burn off the stubble with it. Didn't you just say you use a campfire?
Yeah, that too. Gunpowder and a campfire.
That's the quickest shave in the West. That's why Sheldon's nickname is Flash Gordon. Yep, minus the beard and the eyebrows.
It's half Spanish. It's Flash Gordo.
My buddy will have my elk skull done tomorrow. I'll be able to hang her on the wall already. All right. You gonna post it, your picture?
No, I didn't post no pictures of it on Facebook. I was afeared.
You think they'll ban you again, huh?
I don't know. I think the next time I'm up to a full month. I don't know what happens after 3 days. I don't know if they give you a week and then go to a month, or probably with me they just skip right to a month.
Yeah, maybe you'll have to make the move over to Parlor. What restriction you got on bear up there?
What's that, Muck?
What restriction do you have on bears?
Nothing really. You just got to shoot them in season. It's a pretty long dang season. They got spring bear and fall bear. Twice a year you can get after them.
Oh, God, in California, you got to save the toenails, the teeth, the gallbladder, bunch of stuff.
Why do you have to save the gallbladder?
Well, because they don't want you poaching. They don't want people poaching to sell those to the Chinese. Man, you can get $400, $500, $600 or more for them gallbladders.
So you give it to the government and they do it for you?
Yeah, Roger.
What do they do with it? Make viruses?
I don't know. They make some kind of ancient Chinese recipe.
Aphrodisiac.
Yeah, same thing they do with the antlers for elk. You know, they powder up that elk antler, and that's supposed to be a aphrodisiac as well.
I had more fun one time. A guy killed a bear in my place, and these two game wardens come to catch the toenail, the gallbladder, all the stuff. And we had it all bagged up for him and had to sign papers. And they were sitting there, and I said, you know, I feel sorry for you guys. I get to go out and dive in the ocean and get a bunch of abalones. And you're standing walking up and down the bank trying to find some guy like me who don't have a license. You don't get any abalone, though.
How would it be if, no, first I said, what's wrong with me, getting a limit to go up and give it to my wife, then go back out and get another limit? Oh no, you can't get 2 limits in one day. Okay. And I said, well, you guys are always out there in the beach trying to catch us doing something wrong. So how about your wife never gets any abalone? So how about if I drop by your house and give your wife an abalone? It'd be all right? Oh, yeah, that'd be great. She'd definitely. Then I get this other Martin sitting alongside of you. I can't even go by and arrest her because she don't have a license. I shut them up. Well, he does have a point there. She's got an abalone in her refrigerator, and she didn't get it. I'm going to go have her arrested.
The other side of that is you can grease their palms. They're okay with it, but don't give it to anybody else.
At 10-4. One game Martin checked my abalones, and one was just a hair underside, just a fraction. Well, to with your finger, I didn't measure him right. The water is cold. I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'll go put it back on. No, don't worry. I'll take it back for you. I'll put it back. I'm going out that way. That night, a friend of mine, we drove up to his house. He sat in the front yard cleaning that abalone.
Yeah, you knew darn well that's what he was doing.
Yeah. We just want to stop and get a picture of you having abalone for a second.
He was band 7 sugar, 10 till.
Whiskey 6 sugar, Charlie.
KC6OTG. K7 Kobe.
WB0BTG.
I only had one deer confiscated by them game wardens about 8 years ago or so, and went hunting, left town or left home, and went 3 hours east, and ended up shooting this deer, and I couldn't find my dang tag, even though I bought one, and I couldn't find it, and then I was coming home, and there was a game check station, and while he was unloading that deer, I was like, man, I really needed that meat, and he goes, yeah, me too, and slid it in the back of his truck.
Thank you very much. Huh?
What's the license cost up there now? Oh heck, I don't know. They're all right around $20 for resident. You know, I don't know. I think elk was maybe 20 or 25 this year. Deer is like 15 or 18, something like that. It ain't very much. Everything's usually around $20 or so. Gee, California, you got to mortgage a ranch. Well, that's California. There's a lot of things wrong over there.
Yeah. The short list is what's right.
Like my mountain lion tag, that was $19, I think, and I did it online. I just went online and bought it, and good to go.
You put it out at home?
Barry, where's your computer?
Right here in front of me.
Why don't you type in, say, how much does a hunting license cost in California?
You'll get 17 pages of instructions.
I think for out-of-staters here, you can get like the sportsman's package, which includes deer, elk, bear, like most everything, and I think that's like $750 or $800. I can buy a lot of meat with that. Yeah, but that's out-of-state price, you know. For if you're local to here, then it's only, you know, $120 for everything. Was Jamie on here this morning? Negative. I tried calling him. He didn't answer the phone. He was asking for a wolf hide, And he said he wanted one that I got, but you know, I probably won't be getting one. But I got a good buddy that just smoked a couple yesterday or the day before, and that's over at my old QTH is where he's hunting them things. So I didn't know if he really wants one. I found him one.
Is that visually impaired? Can apply for a special visually impaired disabled muzzleloader scope permit.
Let's see here. In California, if you're a resident for big game hunting, it's $48.34.
Thank you. Visually impaired was for a muzzleloader with a scope permit.
I just said, well, that was 2018. It might be higher now.
KN6KRM, California deer tag is 3348 for the first one, 4186 for the second.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's not unreasonable.
That's about right. Double what they charge in Montana. That's about right.
It'll never go down.
Elk tag resident $484 and non-resident $1,481.
What? In Colorado it's $400 for an elk tag?
No, that's California.
Oh Jesus! I thought you were saying Colorado.
No, I was just looking at the.
Why so much more for elk?
So $1,400 for an elk tag out of state, $484 in state.
The elk meat's a lot better.
Yeah, and they're a lot bigger. You get a lot more meat too.
Yeah, but don't shoot it a half a mile off the road unless you have some way of getting it back. That is a large animal.
I had a friend that traveled one summer. He got a little money and he traveled. And every time he come home, he'd give me a package of whatever he went. I mean, he brought me some moose meat. He brought me some elk meat. He brought me some antelope or something else. And I didn't like any of it. Hard to beat venison.
Not for me. I don't like venison.
I've always liked elk meat.
I've always liked cow.
Elk of it.
Yeah, hard to beat cow.
As far as deer go, you know, I'd prefer just white-tailed does than ones that are feeding down there in the alfalfa and green fields. That's the best deer. Nunky meat's pretty good. Up here in the mountains, though, them mule deer, all they eat sagebrush, pretty much, grass and sagebrush.
That would change the flavor just a little bit.
You got a little touch of juniper.
It's funny how much they eat has flavor. I milk cows and in the summertime when the grass they get dry, the cows go out and start eating brush. We'll stand this up and the milk will change taste. For 40 years. Last time was in Covelo, California. I think that's about the last time I went hunting, and the only thing we got was the one we damn near hit on the way out to where we were going hunting. We got a deer.
They started letting you take them things about 3 years ago. You could get the permit to get the roadkill, and my buddy's wife hit one. By the time he got out there to pick it up, somebody already snatched it.
Jim, you know I can't go hunting, don't you? I've heard the rumor, yeah. Well, I'm the only guy in probably in history ever killed a buck Honestly killed it back with a pocket knife. Yeah, I guess you got a hold of it, snagged it, and made it bleed out, huh? No, some guy shot it across the river. It ran across the road in front of us, went up the bank, and fell back in the ditch. He spent all his energy. He'd been shot. So I got out and looked at him and grabbed him by the horns, and I let down the tailgate in the truck and jerked him up the truck, lay on top of him. She went home and got me a knife, and I cut his throat right there, then hauled him down to the barn butchery. I killed him on his neck with a pocket knife. As we said, buck kills buck. Yeah. With buck knife. Buck on buck violence up 20%. There you go. Buck number 1, come in. You mean there's 2? Not anymore. Buck killed the other one. I probably couldn't hit a buck with a machine gun. 12 degrees and cold. Smooth cold. It's 70 of them.
Hey, good morning. You couldn't hit a bar if you were locked up inside one, huh?
That's for sure. Spray and pray. Jim, what's your temperature up there? Well, you got me beat. 17 degrees here right now. Wow, it's cold here. Didn't somebody have 9? I think that was Dan in Colorado.
No, I'm 16.
What do you got up there, Shelby? 27. Wow, what the hell's going with northern Arizona? Whoa. Yeah, stop hogging all the nice weather, would you?
Tell him to get up after the bitterly cold 60s today.
I thought it was going to be 70 here.
What's
the temperature up in
warmer?
Calusa? What's the temperature up in Calusa?
39 and a half.
And we're finally below freezing here. 31. I got the AC quite good here, and the heat's still coming on in the house. And you know it's cold. Well, I took the trash out. I'd make 3 trips. Get out the street and back. But then I got drunk. Oh, it's cold. Cold down there too, huh? It's freezing cold. But I don't give a damn what it costs. I'm sitting here where it's about 80 degrees in my ham shack.
80? Holy cow.
And we got 66 in the rest of the house, 71 here in the ham shack.
I've got 74 in the ham shack.
70 in, 41 out.
37 and a half out here.
63 degrees in the house. Hey, I'm 66 inside the Montucky house here. I bet you got that wood stove going. Yeah, Roger. Now we used to burn wood here even, but now they make it a no burn day all the time, so not much point to it. Yeah, they got that down in town, the city of Helena. They got a burn ban in the winter because of the inversion. They won't let you burn wood down there in town. Yeah, we have a fireplace in there and it works quite well, but it's pointless if you can't use it during the time of year you need it.
They have the same conditions on the Front Range in Colorado, where you can't burn on their no burn days. Fortunately, Gilpin County is not part of the Rural Transportation District. We are surrounded on 3 sides of the counties that are, but they can't burn, we can, first of all. Second of all, the real super efficient stoves with catalytic combustors in them actually qualify to burn on no burn days.
Yeah, we have one, not a catalytic converter, but an air injection, and when that thing gets up to temperature and you close it down, you don't even see smoke coming out of the chimney.
Those things are like $3,000 though. Stove is.
Tell you what, if you go outside at night, you can smell the wood smoke, so it may be a no-burn day, but nobody is paying attention.
The thing I like least about the catalytic combustors is it smells like sulfur.
Yeah, I intentionally got an air injection instead of a catalytic.
I bought this one 32 years ago. What do I know?
Well, I've had mine that long too, or well, not quite that long, but shortly thereafter. But anyway, yep, not even messing with wood anymore.
My wood stove's 40, 50 years old.
And it still burns just like the day it was brought.
Yeah, roger that.
Old wood, keep your chimney clean, and thing will last forever.
Yeah, I had somebody come by one time and check my chimney on the fireplace. And I'd already been here like 20 years. I thought, well, I ought to have it checked. He came out and said, well, it really doesn't need it, but I'll vacuum it out. That's because I burn mesquite, and I don't burn anything else.
Burns a little hotter, right?
And it burns clean. Yeah, it's a hard wood.
Yeah, we just burn a couple old tires a year, whatever we can find, bust up some furniture. Just kidding. But
those D batteries
on the outside of the fireplace, they can get in there and they can clean it out without removing the stove. I like my Franklin pellet burner that we used to have. That thing was so clean you could about wrap your hand around the exhaust coming off of it and not burn your hand. Yeah, I should have gone pellet. Pellet's a lot cleaner. Yeah, you get those decent quality pellets. They burn good.
Yeah, that was my way of, my idea for making $1 million was trying to figure out how to make pellets out of junk mail.
That's a good goat. Yeah, we'll buy a goat, sap, and a good shredder. You could probably do it.
Just get yourself a billy goat. Basically tried very hard to get onto every junk mailing list he could so that he could just burn it. That wouldn't be very hard. No, it's not hard to get on junk mail lists.
Maybe it'd be nice if you could burn junk email. Man, I get a couple hundred of those a day.
You guys just need a billy goat, feed him the junk mail, and he'll make the pellets for you. Yeah, that's true. They'll eat anything.
And they're pretty darn combustible, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's biodegradable and all that stuff. That's eco-friendly. They'd be loving you for that. There's a new company right there. As long as you didn't eat the goats.
Hey, one time, wasn't there a stamp or something? You'd get a stamp, a letter, and it said return postage guaranteed?
I remember that.
Some companies do that. Well, one guy, he took and taped it to a brick and sent it back to him.
Yeah, I don't think the post office will accept that anymore.
I haven't heard of it for a long time.
Oh, they still have business reply mail.
Now they call you on the phone.
I fell in love with the plan, I'm never making it.
It says I get my phone line run for my next new phone line, and do some switcheroozy down at the telco box. I will dump CenturyLink. We've been using VoIP for our house phone and cell phones, of course, for carrying around. The other thing we're now looking for in Fort Collins is they're coming through with some fiber, and they're going to bring fiber right up to the houses. So I'll get rid of our Comcast cable probably at that point. But yeah, looking forward to that. Very high speed low production. Oh yeah, I wish they would put fiber in here.
CenturyLink ain't never going to get rid of their hard wire.
No, it's not CenturyLink wouldn't, but Verizon and AT&T have fiber.
My son and I were downtown Sacramento this week, and his 5G on his new iPhone kicked on. He did a speed test. The download speed was megabits per second. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Good morning.
Morning, Fred.
Morning, Fred.
Charlie.
I've got a screenshot of it. 1,818 megabits per second download speed on a cell phone.
Yeah, but that's got to be like Barry's talking about. That's now because there's nobody on it. Wait till it gets loaded up. It'll slow down.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, there's like one site in Sacramento that we found by accident.
Well, that gentleman just checked in there, dropped by the other day, and he had a nice lady with him. He's engaged too. Means I probably won't get a Christmas present this year.
That's right. You already had it.
I'd send you some coal, but you don't have any place to burn it.
I have never seen such a coal.
Really? I grew up in Kentucky. Everybody burned coal back in the day. In fact, the house my grandparents lived in, which was built before the Civil War, every bedroom in there had a small coal fireplace.
I was born about 150 feet away from the railroad track. It was still coal there from the old coal burners.
Oh, yeah. I mean, coal works. I mean, you could put a chunk of coal in small fireplaces, and it would burn all day long.
Good answer. I grew up in an oil burner that warmed the floors.
Yeah, well, this was bituminous mostly, but it still, it left clinkers, but still it burned for a long time.
So we don't know how much carbon monoxide was spent.
Well, who knows?
A lot.
I mean, it went up the chimney.
The plants, they need carbon dioxide.
Yeah, carbon dioxide is not a pollutant, it's a nutrient. Without a carbon dioxide, we all die, shortly after the plants all die.
Yeah, but we don't need too much.
Oh, you don't need too much of anything, really. You can even poison yourself with too much water, believe it or not.
Well, your oxygen. I believe in that. They probably say you're supposed to drink so many glass of water. I could not drink that much water.
That's a lot of crap.
Below about 16 feet, oxygen is toxic. Maybe 20 in water. Once the partial pressure of oxygen gets up to that, it's toxic.
Michael Jackson used to sleep in a hyperbaric oxygen cave. Go figure.
Yeah. That's called oxtox. The scuba divers call it oxtox.
Yep, you gotta get to the helium mixtures eventually.
Well, you know, you need iodine to live, but too much of it's poisonous.
Yeah. Another halogen. Like oxygen. Chlorine. Fluorine.
We are sensitive beings. We're very,
Well, we were just adjusted to the conditions that exist on the planet when we evolved. Go figure.
Yeah, the idea they're trying to sell that CO2 is bad for us when we we exhale it and the trees inhale it. That makes no sense.
Well, and the Earth sequesters carbon really efficiently. So what's going to happen as soon as the carbon dioxide levels go up? The plants will instantly know that, and the big biomass is in the ocean.
Temperatures are rising, though.
Not clear. Well, yes, they are. Absolutely. I mean, 12,000 years ago, there was a mile-thick sheet of ice over the country. It went all the way down to the Ohio River, covered New York, what is now New York, which would be a good thing if it did it today, but I've been to New York, and I've been to the Ohio, and there's no 1 mile thick sheet of ice covering everything. Well, clearly it's been warming up for the last 12,000 years.
Yeah, it's the best thing that could happen in New York. Los Angeles, too, for that matter, except for I'm between the ice sheet and Los Angeles, so that would be bad.
Well, it may be covered with water soon, or partially.
they keep talking about that, but when the Tower of London was built, which was in the 1400s, I think, there were no controls on the Thames River to keep the tides from coming in. So they built it above the high tide line. And the high tide line is still the same in England 500-600 years later, and there weren't all that many SUVs back then.
But they sure burned their shirt forever, and the people expect it to stop. Some of the cool stuff that they find on the Thames when the tide goes out, these people go down there, they're called mudlarkers, and they find all kinds of really, really cool stuff. Old stuff from the Middle Ages. Actually, Roman pottery. The Romans were in England quite extensively back in the day, and there's a lot of Roman pottery laying on the ground.
Yeah, the Romans got as far north as Hadrian the Wall, and then they said to heck with it.
Too cold.
Well, and those northerners, which we call Scots, are kind of ill-tempered.
Yeah, they like to fight.
They get a little pissy when people try to invade their area. That's true.
Nobody can beat the Romans. The Romans beat themselves, just like we will, from internal.
Nobody exactly.
Yeah, part of it was what was called patriot. Today we call it Democrat.
Yeah, just looking at what's going on out there, recalling what they used to teach in history about the fall of the Roman Empire, it sure seems similar.
Well, all things come to pass.
And when you don't teach history, you tend to repeat it.
Yeah, but I mean, give them credit. I mean, they basically dominated the Western world for over 1,000 years.
Well, Friday is when I have to take the garbage out, and I take 2 or 3 trips, and I bring your clothes to death. It's cold out there. And I'm sitting here, it's nice and warm, and I'm getting very sleepy. So you have to live without me. Take 6 RV. Good night.
Good night. I'm 3 bucks.
Good night. Good night, Buck.
That's the stuff is real.
Good night, Buck.
Good night, Buck.
Pleasant dreams, Buck.
Yeah, so if we hurt the planet any further, we got Elon Musk. He's trying to get us to Mars and essentially set that up for another round. I can't imagine wanting to go someplace where I had to be indoors all the time.
We don't have to go anywhere to do that now, do we? Yep, we're on Mars now.
Yeah, I'm curious how this is going to go. It's such a long trip to get there, and then they got to terraform the thing. It's going to be an amazing process if they actually try to do it.
Yeah, and then when you get outside without a pressure suit on, and it's, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense, but I guess we have to do it.
Well, I think it's a hard question whether or not we have to do it, but I think the idea, at least part of the idea, is they basically will be able to colonize Mars, so when that, once in a million year, meteor strikes the planet, we essentially have a place to continue on with our race, I guess.
Yeah, throw a little seed out there and see if it grows, right?
I didn't catch that.
I said throw a little seed out there and see if it grows.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the terraform process, I'm going to try to follow along if they actually get over there and start it. It'll be interesting.
Got to have a big greenhouse on Mars.
Yeah, well, that was interesting. Down here we had that place called the Biosphere, which was an experiment in that. They basically tried to set up a complete closed-cycle environment in there and see what he won. And the experiment failed, but we learned a heck of a lot from that failure. Anyway, what happened was that bacteria are actually animals, and they consume oxygen and put out carbon dioxide. And they hadn't accounted for all of the bacteria in the soil. And so the carbon dioxide levels went sky high.
Is that what happened? I know they shut it down, but that's what happened.
Yeah, that was what happened. Yeah, they had to bring in some outside. But I mean, it was certainly worth doing. It's still operational. You can still go visit it. Oh yeah, the University of Arizona owns the network, I believe, and they do provide tours for. And they're even still doing it through COVID-19. Oh, I didn't know that. They are.
Got to make money somehow, right?
Of course, now they're self-guided tours. They've got a thing, you use your cell phone and you go from point to point, and it tells you all about it. Yeah, I took my kids down there, gosh, I don't know, 15 years ago. Gotta go again. I've been through it a couple of times. It's very interesting. Actually, one of the most fascinating places to visit in Tucson, other than the Desert Museum, which is not a museum, it's a zoo and arboretum of desert plants that grow in this area, but there's the Titan Missile Museum. That's down about 20 miles south of Tucson. They have totally restored that place. I mean, it's like it's operational. Of course, it isn't. I mean, the bird's in the hole. It obviously doesn't have a warhead on it. They have a casing of the reentry vehicle. It's about the size of a Volkswagen. In the visitor center, but it's a fascinating tour. I'll have to check that out. Oh, it's worth it. Actually, that was the first combat job that were assigned, was launch control officer. And so you get in there, and they go through a simulated launch control. And so the klaxon goes off, and a message comes in, and both officers, the junior officer says, "Hey, I have a valid launch message," and the officer says, "Yes, you do. Start the checklist." Well, this klaxon goes off all over the place and tells everybody to get the hell out wherever they are and get back into the crew area because big doors are going to close. And the 20-ton doors, then they insert their keys and my command, 1, 2, 3, turn. At that point, they can't stop the launch. I mean, it's going. The big 20-ton tons pulling back. The pressurization on the fuel pumps is up. Target's been selected and downloaded. Launch authorization has been passed to the bird, and it's going. And you just know that's a 10 megaton warhead that somebody's day is going to take a turn to the one. To the extent you mentioned that, Barry, but coincidentally, out of the group of, I don't know, 15 or so tourists coming through, they selected my two kids, or two of the 4 kids, just because they were a good age, and they got up in there operating a key each, and of course they had to carry a music, and so it's kind of a fun simulation, but not quite as full-blown as your description now.